Hi YouTube, this is the second episode in my series of tutorials showing you my techniques of how to add a bit of glitch and randomness to my music. In the first few episodes I'm just going through some fundamental things that you will need to know to be able to do the later tutorials. So let's get started. In this episode we are going to look at audio effects racks. You may already know about this, but I'm just going to show you some of the things that I do with them. If you go into your audio effects in Ableton, you will find the audio effects rack. See here, we add one of those. What this allows you to do is to add multiple effects to a channel, but you don't have to add one effect after the other. So usually if you add a reverb and then add a delay, the reverb goes into delay and the delay goes to your output. But with an effects rack you can run the reverb on one channel and the delay on another, so it's basically like a little mixer. So I'm going to show you. Let's add a reverb at first. Got a little drum beat to play with. Add a reverb to my effects rack. If you click on that button there, it shows you we got one chain, which is basically one channel on this mixer. We can add another one. So if I solo that one, regular drum beat, solo the other one, just the reverb one. So we can just do that to make it a bit more extreme. If I play them both at the same time, we both get the clean channel and the reverb channel. One thing that is good to know is if you add more channels, the volume is going to go up. So if you would add loads of different channels without even any effects on them, you would get the original sound, but really, really loud. It's as if you would take this drum bit and plug it into all your channels on the same mixer. You can obviously change the volume by hand, like doing this. But now we're going to get into how I use this. So we've got the first channel with a reverb on it. Let's have a delay on the second one. We just solo that one so we can hear it. Let's make it nice and short so we get a bit of a sort of... we need some more effects on there. How about some bit crushing? We add another channel in this effects rack. What's it called? Redux. There, we got it. Drag that in there. Solo that. Something like that. It's fine for this purpose. Let's add something more. What could that be? Oh, just let's take a... Oh, my brain. Let's do a saturator, for example. Let's do some wave folding. Solo that. So we can also add a channel with nothing on it that is basically just a clean signal, and if we play all of these at the same time it will sound something like this. Sounds quite cool, but it is a bit of cacophony. So now I'm going to get to how we do the randomness. If you click this button called chain, it opens up this big range. You can see here, if we select all the channels, you grab this blue thing and you drag it out across. Quick thing you can do then is right click, distribute ranges equally. You can see how it's now spread over this range. This orange thing is indicating, so for example, if it's over this blue bar here, it will only be the first channel, which is the reverb. If I move this, the delay, bit crusher, that's the saturator, clean channel. If now we're going to add an LFO to this. If you don't know what an LFO is, or if this sounds new to you, check out the previous episode where I talk about how you can automate your automation. Basically, I'm going to set this to a sample and hold, crank it up a bit. And then I'm going to map it to this rangefinder or this orange thing. You can see now how it is randomly jumping around. Let's crank that up so we get a bit more full range. So by doing this, you can send the drum beat or whatever thing you have into random effects, and with this, if it send it through the reverb, I can just crank up the tail of it a bit. You can hear when it jumps to a different one, it's just like almost like a return send on the main mixer, that the reverb tail will still ring out while it's playing through the other channels. So there's obviously a lot more you can do to this. You can use the LFO lots of LFOs to automate the things, effects within these different channels, and you can go all out crazy, or you can do something really subtle where you have different layers just overlapping. You can obviously overlap these ones as well, and you can do these sort of fades in between. Oops, I need to grab there, or whatever it is that you want to do. I hope you found this helpful, and I encourage you to go and experiment with this because you can create some really crazy and interesting effects. Thank you for watching, and we're going to go in future episodes. We're going to go into a bit more like how I use different effects and how I use this technique to create some really creative results. Please subscribe, hit the bell, and do all those things if you like this episode, and I hope to see you again. Thank you.